What if I told you that the right frequency of sound could physically scrub toxic Alzheimer's plaques right out of your brain?
It sounds like science fiction, honestly.
Right. But sound isn't just invisible wallpaper anymore. Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today we're looking at a pretty wild article from MCI and beyond about how sound therapies are completely revolutionizing dementia care.
Yeah, it's a massive shift in how we view our auditory environment.
Okay, let's unpack this, because we aren't just talking about, playing soothing jazz to set a nice mood.
No, not at all.
We're talking about sound as a literal physical tool, like to stimulate the brain, reduce severe agitation, and actually minimize cognitive damage.
Exactly. And to really understand this, we have to look at brainwave synchronization because your brain, it naturally syncs up with the rhythms it hears.
Oh, really? Like it matches the beat?
Yeah, exactly. So when you introduce certain frequencies like alpha or theta waves, you're literally forcing the brain out of a stressed state. You're pushing it into profound calmness or even deep relaxation. But the real breakthrough, the part that really shocked researchers, is what happens at higher frequencies.
Right, the heavy hitters, the gamma waves.
Exactly.
MIT has been doing this research on 40 hertz gamma waves, and to me it sounds like a sonic power washer for the brain.
That is actually a great analogy.
But I need to understand the mechanics here. How does just listening to a 40 hertz pulse actually eliminate amyloid plaques? Because we know those are a major marker of Alzheimer's.
Well, what's fascinating here is the biological mechanism. That 40 hertz frequency, it acts as a wake-up call for the brain's microglia.
Microglia.
Yeah, think of microglia as the brain's janitorial cells. So when the brain syncs to this specific rhythm, these cells activate and start literally consuming and clearing away those toxic amyloid proteins.
Wait, they just eat the plaque.
Basically, yeah. So we're moving way beyond just mood enhancement. We're talking about physically altering the brain structure and actually slowing down neurodegeneration.
Wow. Here's where it gets really interesting to me, because it's not just playing a single flat tone, right? The sources mentioned binaural beats.
Right, binaural beats are fascinating.
But how does playing two different sounds do anything to the brain structure?
So it's essentially an auditory illusion, but with physical benefits.
Well,
You play one frequency in the left ear and a slightly different one in the right.
okay.
The brain detects that mismatch and actually creates a third phantom frequency to bridge the gap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that forces the left and right hemispheres to synchronize, which physically reduces anxiety and confusion in patients.
Okay, wait. I have to push back a little here, because this is sounding just a bit like pseudoscience.
I get that. Yeah, it sounds a little out there.
Like, are you saying a caregiver can just throw a standard Bluetooth speaker in my grandpa's room, play a curated Spotify playlist of Mozart and some binaural beats, and suddenly cure his agitation? Doesn't the delivery method actually matter?
It definitely matters. If we connect this to the bigger picture, you really have to separate behavioral management from clinical intervention.
Right, making someone happy versus changing their brain.
Exactly. Yes, that Bluetooth speaker playing classical music or nature sounds during mealtime is incredibly effective. It reduces ambient stress, improves a patient's appetite, and sparks joy.
Especially if it's familiar music from their youth.
Right, absolutely. That personal connection is huge. But you're right. For deeper physical benefits, a standard speaker in the corner just won't cut it. That's where specialized equipment comes in.
You mean vibroacoustic therapy? Because I was a little confused by that part in the reading. So we aren't just hearing this sound, we're literally feeling it in our bones.
Precisely. Vibroacoustic therapy uses low-frequency sound vibrations. We're talking usually between 30 and 60 hertz.
Okay, so super low.
Very low. And it's delivered through specialized chairs or mats, so the sound waves travel directly through the physical body.
What does that do?
It physically stimulates blood circulation and releases deep muscle tension. It has a profoundly calming effect on patients who are exhibiting severe, uncontrollable restlessness, the kind that a simple melody just can't touch.
So what does this all mean for us? Obviously, long-term studies are still needed to map out all the long-term effects.
For sure. We're still learning.
But sound therapy is clearly emerging as this powerful, non-invasive tool. And it's drastically improving the quality of life for dementia patients and their caregivers.
It really is. And it should be a potent reminder for you listening right now about the unseen impact of your own auditory environment.
Right.
Your brain health is actively being shaped by what you process through your ears every single day.
Which leaves you with a pretty chilling thought to walk away with. If targeted 40 Hz frequencies have the power to physically clear harmful Alzheimer's plaques from the brain, what invisible physical changes are the chaotic, stressful soundscapes of our modern world making to our own brain structures?
It's a great question.
I mean, blaring sirens and endless digital notifications, what are those doing to us?